Morning. There's something that I think needs to be said. I wish to somehow reach out to each and every Muslim in this world and ask them if they can accept me as a Christian. Because if they can, then I can accept them as a Muslim. I have no enemy in the Muslim world. I don't see a Muslim as an enemy. I don't see them as anything else as a fellow inhabitant on this planet. I think it's time that the world puts down their guns and picks up their children and looks them in the eye. As humans, we have a pretty extensive history filled with plight, anger, frustration, commandeering, and destruction, hate. Our forefathers have created a world that we live in now. And I think it's time that we plant new forefathers for the future, who instead of rising against each other, they rise up as one. I accept Muslims for who they are, as I would accept any religion. But before I accept religion in the choice of others, I accept them as a fellow human being. I am a Christian. I believe in God, and I believe in my Lord Jesus Christ. I am not obligated to believe in a Muslim religion or Judaism or Buddhism. I am not obligated to believe in any other religion but the religion of my choice. And the same applies to them. I don't care who you are, what skin color, who you call God, where you live, where you're from, your beliefs, your structures. I don't care how you practice your life, as long as it doesn't harm other people. I'm ashamed of my president. I'm ashamed of this country. Is violence really the only option with North Korea? Has anybody ever tried to reach out to the leader of North Korea? Invited him to the United States? Are they such a sworn enemy that they cannot be convinced to share this world with us in peace? Is there not a way to find harmony? Do not take me as a pacifist. That I am not. Do not take me as a fool or a tree hugger. As a matter of fact, do me a favor and do not apply a label to me whatsoever. The only label I will accept is your fellow human. I know that sounds silly, but that's the only label I'm willing to accept. You can call me an American. You can call me a patriot. You can call me a hard worker. You can call me stubborn, foolish. You can call me anything you want. But don't adorn me with a label that's going to create preemptive trenches in the field of discussion. I don't know if anything I said has any effect. I could only be delusional to think that it would. But I had this in my head, and I felt like getting it out. This is my country. This is where I live. I love the people of this country. And I love the structure of what our government was supposed to be. Democracy, freedom. We have taken God, every choice of God, out of our community. I've seen so much hatred, seen so much violence, and have felt it myself. But then I think about the future of my children, your children, their children's children, and so on. What will they inherit? Our new president has been destructive and unethical. His actions speak louder than words. The path and direction tells you everything you need to know. I do not wish to turn this into a political statement. I'm just shocked as an American that it's gone this far. But yet, when the voices of the people, the true government of this country, are quieted, muted, obstructed, and divided, violence naturally would be the only outcome. Because if you cannot be heard, you wish to be heard, and you do anything to be heard. I just urge my fellow Americans to understand one thing. Division is a tool. To be divided is to be conquered. This is my country. There should be no division. We stand on this land, on this country, and proclaim our country to be the home of the brave and the home of the free. I ask you, what is more brave? To throw fireworks aimlessly into a fellow crowd of Americans? To hurt fellow Americans? Or to try to come together on the same page? I think as Americans, we don't really have the control that we should as a people. And that's because we're divided. And it's a shame. And I'm ashamed to be an American because I cannot believe that we draw lines in the sand so aimlessly, while the very symbol of our freedom is laying on the ground in labored breaths. We can't come together and stand on the same page. What is it that we all want as Americans? Name 3 things. Freedom, equality, and peace. America's only gone to one war that was ever worth a damn. And that was the liberation of Europe. If you try to encompass North Korea into the same subject line, I deplore you. Not standing up for North Korea, but you do realize that we have implemented sanction after sanction, other countries as well, strangulating the economy of North Korea, starving its people. I know nothing of the dictator there. I know nothing of what it's like to live in North Korea or South Korea. I know nothing of what it's like to live out of the United States. But I can tell you this. Human life is worth peace. Not to be triumphant. My name is Jeff Kaufman. I've made numerous videos where I've played the stupid redneck. Pretty good at it. I have fun. Call it acting. Call it just letting out your fun side. And what I said today is just how I feel. I love my country. I love this world. I think we're extremely lucky to have the world we live in. By the grace of my God or your God or any God, how we were created and how we've become to be here is not a question. It's how we're going to continue to live here. It's not a time to compare gods. It's a time to embrace change. And change is acceptance. Enough said. To everybody that may watch this video, I wish you peace. And God bless my country.